What's up everyone, I'm RaininStormwake and today I'm going to share a bit about why I love Assassin's Creed multiplayer. What makes it fun? What keeps me and a lot of other players playing this game year after year? To start things off, we need to take a look at the past. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. It was new, it was unique, it was fun. When the game first came out, there was only a few modes. Wanted, where you and 7 others are all assigned contracts to kill. The more stealthy, stylish, or quickly you dispatch your targets determines how many points you score. Since there are 7 other players, you are often a target as well, and the better you do, the more pursuers you will have. The game gives you abilities, perks, and streaks to help you get an edge over your opponents. This applies to all modes in Assassin's Creed multiplayer, not just Wanted. The great thing about these multiplayer games is the mind games and the cat and mouse tactics that come into play. You will see various examples of this in the clips shown throughout the video. Anyway, let's move on to the first team mode, Manhunt. In Manhunt there are 2 teams and 2 rounds, 4 players max on each team. Each team starts off on either offense or defense, and then switches to the opposite side after round 1 finishes. On offense, you and your teammates' objective is to work together to kill your targets, and likewise on defense, your objective is to hide, stun, and ultimately try to make the other team score less points than you did on offense, because offense is typically the round where you score highest. But some teams with good teamwork were able to score a lot on defense as well. These are the 2 basic modes which have lasted from the beginning and are still to this day in the 4th multiplayer game. One other mode has managed to stick around as well, Assassinate. My personal favorite mode throughout most of the games, Assassinate was great because you chose your own target and therefore were not restricted by rules as much as any other mode. The complexity and difficulty of the mode was also a huge appeal for me and some other hardcore gamers. Most people weren't the biggest fan of this mode in Brotherhood. There were more modes in Brotherhood as well, and we can't forget about those. Alliance. The only co-op multiplayer mode to ever exist, paired 3 teams of 2 against each other. Picture it like a mix between Wanted and Manhunt. Each team of 2 had 2 targets and 2 pursuers corresponding with the other 2 teams. So basically, you had to work your way towards your 2 targets while also looking out for and defending against your 2 pursuers. This was one of my all-time favorite modes, and I really miss it. But let's move on. 2 other modes came out in Brotherhood DLCs along with Assassinate. These were both team modes, Chest Capture and Escort. In Chest Capture, the game really threw a twist on offense and defense. On defense, your objective was to kill the team trying to take your treasure chests, and on offense, you were trying to steal their chests, survive, and work together to score as much as possible. This was my personal favorite team mode at the time, and was a lot of fun. The last mode for Brotherhood was Escort. Escort was very unique to the other modes. Like the other team modes in ACB, Escort had 2 rounds. In one round, you were tasked with defending the VIPs, NPCs that would walk around the map and go through checkpoints. Each checkpoint was worth more points, until they reached the final checkpoint. Kills were limited to 100 points each, so in this round, quantity of kills was more important than quality of your kills. Keeping your VIPs safe was everything. The other round, of course, had you trying to assassinate the VIPs while trying to avoid their defenders, and in this round, quality was more important than quantity, because kills on VIPs were worth more than 100 points. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood started what to this day is one of the most unique and fun experiences of any multiplayer game I've ever played, and I've played a lot of them. Not only was it fun for casual players, but it's also fun for hardcore players like myself. The next game in the AC multiplayer series was Assassin's Creed Revelations. The modes returning from Brotherhood were Wanted, Manhunt, Assassinate, Chest Capture, and Escort. Unfortunately, Alliance did not return as it wasn't as popular among new players. Revelations also introduced several new modes, which further revolutionized the series. The 3 new free-for-all modes were Deathmatch, Corruption, and Steal the Artifact. They also introduced a new team mode, Artifact Assault. Let's start there. Artifact Assault was the start of something huge among the competitive players. Basically, a form of capture the flag. Unlike other team modes, there was only 1 round. Each team would work together to try and defend their artifact, which was kept in a circle on their side of the map, as well as try to capture the opposing team's artifact. Typically, teams would have 2 defenders that would kill anyone on their side trying to steal the artifact, and 2 offense players that would try to steal the enemy team's artifact. Working as a team became more important than ever, and Artifact Assault became the first mode that was entirely objective-based. Nothing mattered besides scoring the other team's artifact and defending your own. It didn't matter how good your kill was, or how many times you died. All that mattered was that you got it done. The 3 new free-for-all modes changed a lot of things as well. Deathmatch became the new popular free-for-all mode over Wanted, at least for the hardcore players. Deathmatch was similar to Wanted, but instead of using the typical compass to find their targets, instead they only had a portrait of the character, which would light up the border in blue when they were in view, and the background when they were really close. This further increased stealth gameplay, and people loved it. Steal the Artifact was like a free-for-all version of Artifact Assault in a way. 8 players, just like every other free-for-all mode, would fight over 2 artifacts that would spawn at the beginning of the game. The objective was to keep the artifact for as long as possible, or until the time expired. The more players close to you while you held it would increase your score, and if you held it the longest out of anyone, you would get a bonus. It was hectic, chaotic, and fun. The third and last free-for-all mode that AC Revelations introduced was Corruption. Corruption was interesting because at first it seemed like a team mode. 2 players started as corrupted, and their job was to find the other players and kill them. Similar to Manhunt. But each player's score would count only for themselves, and so it became a contest to see who could survive the longest and who could get the best kills while they were corrupted. Similar to Steal the Artifact, when corrupted players were near you when you weren't corrupted, you would gain bonus points. If you lasted till the end of the round, you would get sudden death bonus points. There were 3 rounds in total. Overall, Revelations was a really fun game and had the most modes of any AC multiplayer game in the series to date. Let's move on to Assassin's Creed 3. Assassin's Creed 3 made lots of changes to the game, and removed several modes that were unpopular. Unfortunately, Steal the Artifact, Corruption, Escort, and Chest Capture were all removed. The only new game mode introduced in AC3 was Domination. Domination, similar to in first-person shooter games, or so I've heard, is a team mode where 2 teams fight over 3 circles on the map. Standing in these circles will either capture them or help you defend them from your opponents. Each circle has a corresponding area of the map. Think of it like the map is divided into 3 sections, just like Artifact Assault is divided into 2. If you control the zone of that section, any opposing team member that enters will become your target. You must capture and defend as many of the circles as possible. If you control more than the other team, a marker on the bar at the top of the screen will start moving towards your team's side. If it reaches all the way to the end of your side, you win the game. If the time runs out before that happens, whichever side the marker is on, that team wins. This is a very fun, fast-paced, and chaotic mode. Artifact Assault returned in AC3 as well, and became the most popular competitive mode in AC3. Many tournaments, and even an Artifact Assault season were held by the community, similar to a football season where teams played against each other, and the top teams moved on to the playoffs, and eventually fought for the championship. I made a team, and we made it to the semifinals. It was a lot of fun.
I'm teleporting.
Oh, nice.
Good.
Good.
I got it. I got it. And I died afterwards.
Okay, I got a lock on this one.
And finally, let's talk about AC4 Black Flag, the newest game in the series. Black Flag completely changed a lot of things. Focus went more into stealth than ever before. Deathmatch and Wanted, in my opinion, are more fun than ever as stealth modes. Revamped abilities and new abilities really helped make things interesting as well. Manhunt, Domination, and Artifact are back as far as team modes go, and Assassinate is back as well, but they took a new approach on things this time around. I think Manhunt is my favorite so far, and Deathmatch is probably my favorite free-for-all mode. No new modes were introduced in AC4, instead they decided to add more features and mechanics and revamp abilities, perks, streaks, and scoring. But by far the most interesting feature in AC4 is GameLab. GameLab allows you to make your own multiplayer mode by tweaking parameters in the game. By sharing this with your friends, you can play private matches, tournaments, or scrims. If your mode is played a lot, you can even have a chance for the developers to hand-pick your mode to go into the public playlist, where thousands of players will get a chance to check out your mode. This to me is awesome. One of my modes was actually selected to go into the public playlist, and I see people enjoying it, and it's amazing. I'm also hosting a Manhunt tournament with custom parameters starting in February. I will put a link in the description to it, and I encourage you to put a team together, start scrimming, and come play. Let's all have some fun. If you don't play this game yet and you're watching this video, I hope you understand just a bit more about why Assassin's Creed multiplayer is one of the most fun and unique experiences you can have. Not only have I had a lot of fun and had a chance to compete in tournaments and events, I've met a lot of people that have honestly changed my life. This game series itself has changed my life. I started making videos because of this series, and because of that I've learned just how much I enjoy making videos and enjoy sharing them with everyone. I like helping people learn. I like that people are entertained by my videos. I'm just a gamer like most of you who plays video games because he loves them, and I love this series. It's not perfect, but nothing is, and I will always be a fan of Assassin's Creed multiplayer. If you need any tips or enjoy watching Assassin's Creed videos, feel free to check out my videos and my channel. To subscribers, I know this video isn't thorough enough. I know I didn't cover a lot of things, but I just wanted to get the general idea out to new players or players who have never experienced what we have, and help them understand why we love this series. That's it for this video, and I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like, and if you feel like subscribing, that would be great too. Making videos is what I want to do and will continue to do. And I don't plan on stopping with Assassin's Creed videos. I will make Assassin's Creed multiplayer videos as long as it exists. I would love to make this my career, and I appreciate the support I've gotten from my fans, my friends, and everyone else I've met. Thanks everyone, and take it easy.